Today we're going to talk about the Boss MD200 versus the Donner Mod Square. Now, these are both multi-modulation pedals. Basically, they contain a variety of modulations all within one unit, and these come in at very drastically different price points. So we had the Donner in for review in our series of Donner reviews where, Donner makes a very budget-friendly pedal. And I decided to just go ahead and compare it to my favorite multi-modulation, which is the Boss. Now, after playing with both of these, I can tell you that the Donner is an absolutely phenomenal value for money, and I think it makes a great professional pedal, actually. If you need a pedal and you just need something cheap, either because of budget constraints or maybe just because of the footprint, this is a much smaller pedal than the Boss, and so it's going to fit on your board a lot easier. I mean, I think it's a great pedal, and I would actually recommend it. Although I will say that having the Boss is pretty nice. So I'm just going to run through a few sounds here just to compare. Upsides of the Donner is that it's tiny. One of the downsides is that you can't save your presets. Unlike the Boss, you can save 4 different presets, and then you can have the manual preset here, which is basically just whatever your knobs are sitting on, that's what's going to sound like. So you can basically have 5 presets. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate just a simple chorus sound here, and I think I have it dialed in pretty close, and I'm going to show you just how good they both really sound. This is just my Strat with the Andy Timmons signature pickups going into a Mesa Boogie Electrodyne, and these pedals are sitting in the effects loop. I have a little bit of delay on just to kind of take the edge off and give it a little bit of a trail at the end there. So here is the Boss MD200 set to a chorus. Here is the Donner Mod Square. I'd say that's a pretty excellent sounding chorus. Now here's the Boss chorus with an overdriven lead sound, so that way you can hear it in context of being used for maybe a solo to kind of color the lead. Now here is the Donner. So there is a very slight difference in the texture there. I don't have it dialed in totally exactly the same, but this is just a quick setting, and I'd say that it came pretty close. For all intents and purposes, that's an absolutely killer sounding chorus. So already, for the price alone, just to have a good chorus in this size, I'd say that's a win. Now we're gonna try another effect here. Let's try out the phaser. This is just a quick setting, so it's not gonna be a perfect comparison, but this is just to show you that it really does pull off the phaser sound pretty well. That was the Boss. Now let's hear the Donner. So not 100% the same, but pretty close, and it does pull off the phaser sound really well. Once again, that's a pretty solid effect in a pretty small pedal. I'd give that an absolute thumbs up as well. Now, let's go ahead and set this to a tremolo sound. So here's the Boss. Now here's the Donner. That's very comparable. As far as my ears go, that's an absolutely solid tremolo. So those are the main effects that I use. I'd say they're all absolutely excellent. Feel free to discuss below, which one you would prefer. If I were starting out and if I were building my first board and if I had the same kind of budget I had when I was a kid, I'd say the Donner is excellent. When I started out playing, I didn't have much of any money, and so, this would have been lovely to have. I mean, as someone starting the guitar today, there's a lot of options out there, and these are stellar. Later on down the line, you'll see the Boss is a great professional tool simply because you can save all your presets and have them ready to go. So when you're on stage, you can just press this pedal here, and it will toggle through the sounds for you. Now, the one drawback of the Donner that really makes it a no-go for me, at least at this point in my life, is that it has a very audible pop whenever you click them on and off. If you watch all my other videos about Donners, you're gonna see that I talk about this a lot. That's very audible. If you have overdrive or distortion on, it becomes even more noticeable. So that's something that you may want to hide, on a beat, in the middle of a song. You can click it on beat, and that would probably hide it. But for me, I'm not a big fan of it. And then also the Boss has absolutely silent switching, which is lovely. So that's really about it. I mean, the pros of the Donner, it's priced very aggressively. It's well built. It's true bypass. It's tiny, and it has quality effects. The Boss, it is bigger, but it does everything really, really well. So take your pick. Feel free to discuss all you like in the comments. I like to keep this as an open forum for people to discuss tone. And I don't like to shame products for being at a lower price point. I think this absolutely serves a purpose for a lot of people. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. And we're going to include affiliate links for both of these down below. We're not paid for any of our opinions. This is just what we think. This is what I think. And so there's no money involved other than if you buy with the affiliate link, it helps us.